Hello, my name is Devin Smith, and I'm answering this week's discussion question, the how social media companies collect and use customer data. So the big thing that I found through research was that companies use a lot of the data that we as users give up freely. So when creating most social media profiles, such as like an Instagram account, Facebook account, Twitter account, like YouTube account, like you name it, you give up a bunch of basic information like right away making the account. You input your name, first and last. You use your date of birth, which then means that they have your age. Sometimes you put your location in your profile, like whether it's when you sign up for like the profile or like when you post stuff. You attach like a location to it, or if you even have like your location sharing on your phone, like that's automatically going into like that app's data function, like everything that the app is doing, it can tell like where you're at based on like if you have your location available to share on there. Even some things like on certain apps, like if you have like certain hobbies that like you highlight within your profile, like the app like records that to like know certain stuff to like show on your feed, and that's just like basic data that like we are voluntarily giving these social media companies that they're using and selling as like what would be considered their product. Another way that they're collecting data on you is based on stuff that you're clicking on. Like for example, I know Instagram does this, I'm pretty sure Facebook does it too, but like they'll have ads pop up between like posts, and they'll have like the link to a website, and if you click on that link, it'll take you to the website. You know, a lot of times it's like online stores and stuff like that. So like it's recording that data, showing what you're interested in seeing, like what catches your eye, like what kind of stores like you're looking into at the moment. And sometimes like you're even going onto those websites and it's like recording you purchasing something on that website that you got to through a social media app, which then creates ad revenue for that social media platform from the company that you purchase something from. And all of this is being like recorded and like showing like the stuff that you're interested in, showing stuff that like you're clicking on, like visual stuff that is like catching your eyes, like stuff like that. Another thing, probably a more recent one that's been used, is social media platforms will put out fake news articles to try and catch a user's attention and to see what kind of like stuff that they're interested in. Which if you click on an article, you know, say something catches your eye, like I'm a pretty curious person, like sometimes like I'll see an article and be like, that's interesting, I'm gonna click on that, and then all of a sudden within the next few days I'm getting a bunch of articles like related to that. I'm getting like a bunch of like recommendations to follow people related to just that one article that I clicked on just out of curiosity. So like that is more information that like these social media platforms are like collecting on you. And like that's also telling you like the social media app like what stuff you're interested in to push more of like the ads that I talked about before onto like your page. And then what they're doing with all this information is they're actually taking it and they're selling it to ad companies, they're selling it to retail companies, like all of like these other companies that are pushing products through social media. They're taking your information and they're selling it to them. So like what that means essentially is they are taking the information that they've collected, the stuff that you're interested in, like your name, your birthday, like your location. So like for like location specific stores, like they're getting information based on that, and they're taking that information and they're selling it to companies, so that way those companies can push their products through social media on your specific feed. So every time you log in and it's refreshed, you're getting fresh stuff based on like your most recent data that they're pumping to like these outside companies. And all of this is like essentially a money grab to a certain degree, but I mean everything has to make money, and it's not like they're collecting, most of this information is not collected illegally unless you're going on like shady websites. But like the social media platform as a whole is not illegally collecting this data on you. It is most of the time stuff that you are voluntarily giving up by clicking on stuff, creating a profile, following people, liking stuff, anything like that is information that the company is collecting through your phone and your IP address and stuff and selling it to other companies.